Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please direct your attention up on our video boards as we present to you a public service announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Welcome to SIU Arena for today's commencement ceremony. Today is a very special occasion as we celebrate the accomplishments of these men and women in their fields of study. As we honor these individuals today, please be aware of the following information to ensure a safe and enjoyable ceremony. We encourage celebration, but please do so while remaining courteous to those around you. Any artificial noisemaker, which includes air horns, bells, pots and pans, and fraternity chants, are distracting and disrespectful to other graduating students. Please keep the arena floor and aisles clear at all times. While we encourage photography, we ask that you please take pictures from your seat so as not to block the view of others. If you have any questions, please see an usher wearing a green shirt. All restrooms are located upstairs in the main concourse. And finally, please turn off all cell phones or switch them to silent mode. Thank you for your cooperation, and please enjoy the following ceremony.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 141st Southern Illinois University Commencement Exercise. At this time, I will ask you to please join me and rise and remain standing for our processional. First, our student marshals who will be carrying their college gonfalons, followed by their fellow degree candidates. And at this time, would you please join me as we welcome our master's degree candidates, our Masters of Fine Arts candidates, as well as our PhD degree candidates, along with their faculty advisors. And shall we welcome our faculty? our faculty. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's welcome our honored guests, our members of the Chancellor's Cabinet, along with academic leaders. The Grand Marshal is Dr. Michael Leidy, who will be carrying the University Mace to be placed with distinction up here on our platform. Rose Weisenstein, the Vice President of the Undergraduate Student Government, will be carrying our University Charter and will also place it up here on our platform.
is Brad Caldwell, and I am proud to serve as the interim chancellor of Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. I am pleased to welcome the members of the class of 2017. Further, on behalf of Southern Illinois University Carbondale, I am happy to welcome family, friends, and fellow students to celebrate our graduates' wonderful accomplishments. Before we begin our ceremony, will you please rise and remove your caps and join Lana Zoe Jensen, a musical theater student in the School of Music, in the singing of our national anthem, and then remain standing for a moment of reflection. This is a very special occasion for those of you who are degree candidates, as well as your family and friends. Let us take a moment of reflection to focus on accomplishments, those who helped you along the way, and the opportunities that lie ahead. Thank you, and please be seated. It is a pleasure for me to introduce to you my colleagues on the platform. Beginning on the second row, and on my far right, to your left, Mira Kamaraju, Dean, College of Liberal Arts. Tomas Velasco, Graduate Council Chairperson. Kathleen Schwalis, President, Faculty Senate. Chad Michael Awesome, Vice President for Grad Affairs, Graduate Professional Student Council. Rose Weisenstein, Honorary Student Marshal and Vice President of the Undergraduate Student Government. Michael Leidy, Grand Marshal and Scholar Excellence Award recipient. Don Politz, Dean, Library Affairs. Lori Bell, Interim Dean of the University College. Scott Ishman, Associate Dean, College of Science. Mickey Latour, Dean, College of Agricultural Science. And Eugene Lee, Dean of the Graduate School. In the front row, again beginning on my right and your left, Susan Patrick Benson, Honorary Reader and Associate Professor, Department of Theater. Jim Garvey, Interim Vice Chancellor for Research. Lori Stetler, Interim Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Larry Baldacious, Board Member, Southern Illinois Alumni Association. Jim Salmo, Vice Chancellor for Development and Alumni Relations. Dr. Susan Mcquarrie, Honorary Degree recipient. Susan Ford, Interim Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Randy J. Dunn, President, Southern Illinois University System. The Honorable Sherry Bustos, Keynote Speaker. The the Honorable Phil Gilbert, SIU Board of Trustees. Dr. Marcia Ryan, Board of Trustees. And Steve Fallon, Master of Ceremonies and Class of 1987. Seated on the floor are our faculty and our faculty marshals, tenure track teaching excellence award recipient Kathleen Parachek-Spector, and Janita Chase, our early career faculty excellence award recipient. Today, the interpreters for the ceremony are Kimberly Berger and Patricia Irwin. And last but not least, providing the music for today is our commencement band under the direction of Associate Professor Krista Morehouse. Dr. Randy Dunn is the 8th president of Southern Illinois University System. Dr. Dunn served as president at 2 other institutions and was the state superintendent of education in Illinois, appointed to that role by the Illinois State Board of Education. His career in education includes classroom teaching, serving as building principal at 2 school districts, serving as superintendent for 2 Illinois school systems, and holding rank of professor at 2 universities, including Southern Illinois Carbondale. He has served on a number of committees, councils, and task force, and he contributes to a wide variety of scholarly publications. I now invite Dr. Dunn to the podium to welcome you to Carbondale.
Good morning. As president of the Southern Illinois University System, let me join with all of the others here today to welcome you to the May 2017 commencement exercises at SIU Carbondale. On behalf of our Board of Trustees and all of us who work at the system level, I add my congratulations to all of you graduates, as well as to your family members, spouses, friends, colleagues, faculty and staff, mentors, any others who helped bring you to the point for which we were all gathered here this morning to celebrate. You're going to leave campus today with a degree from SIUC, one of the nation's great national doctoral universities. And you're going to take with you the background, experience, personal growth, and, as of today, a credential, your degree, which is a big part of preparing you for whatever in life you decide to do from this moment on. And for many of you, this is going to mean taking your diploma that we're going to be awarding to you here in a short while, and leveraging that into a high-paying job and a very fulfilling career. We all hope this along for you, as do many of your parents, by the way. But remember this, too. Please take everything you've gained from your time here at SIU Carbondale and use all of that to additionally change and improve the lives of others who you're going to encounter from here for the rest of your life. Pay forward the impact of all that has taken place at this university that's transformed you, and use that then to transform others for the better. That's what SIUC has done for you. You go from here and do it for others. Actually, in the end, that's the challenge of a well-lived life. Southern Illinois University Carbondale has prepared you well for it. So graduates, congratulations, Godspeed, go Salukis. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, President Dunn. Many people who have supported and encouraged our degree candidates are with us to celebrate their achievements today. We should take a moment to acknowledge these important people. Please hold your applause until all our special guests have been recognized. First, the parents of our degree candidates. Please rise and remain standing. Okay, you can clap. Please do the same. Grandparents, spouses to be, partners, will you please rise and remain standing? brothers, sisters of the degree candidates, and children of the degree candidates, would you please rise? And last but not least, all of the relatives, friends, special guests of the degree candidates, rise and remain standing. Graduates, please join me in thanking these people for their help, support, and encouragement. Let's do one last round of applause. Thank you, and please be seated. Seated on each side of the graduating students are representatives of our faculty. Faculty members play a vital role in the success of our students, both as teachers and as researchers. They share their passion for the knowledge, research, and service because they want to inspire our students. They have challenged you, graduates, to do better because they know you can. They have mentored and guided you because they know that your education is transformational. Our faculty members take great pride in the success of all our students, and I would ask our faculty please stand so that we could acknowledge your outstanding commitment. Faculty. Thank you. You may be seated. Graduates, today you are one of 23 students who will receive an associate's degree, one of 1,682 students who will receive a bachelor's degree, one of 348 students to receive a master's degree, and one of 72 students to receive a doctorate of philosophy. After hours of studying, writing papers, designing in studios, working in labs, and meeting on group projects, you have achieved your goal. Congratulations to you. At this time, I would like to acknowledge some of our students' many accomplishments. You will notice a number of students who are wearing medallions. These students have earned a grade point average of 3.5 or above and are graduating with Latin honors, cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude. Today, we recognize 644 students for this academic accomplishment. Furthermore, we recognize 133 students who have completed the requirements of the University Honors Program. They received a gold cord for this outstanding accomplishment. Students wearing a gold and maroon medallion on a maroon ribbon have completed the honors diploma, comprised of 7 honors classes and a 3-hour thesis under the direction of a faculty member. 22 students wearing maroon and white cords are members of our athletic programs who maintained a grade point average of 3.5 or above. And today we have 49 students who are graduating SIU Carbondale with a perfect 4.0 overall GPA, several in this very ceremony. With all degree candidates with a 4.0 grade point average, please stand. If you earned a 4.0, please stand. Remain standing as with all chancellors, scholars, please rise at this time. If you're a chancellor scholar, please rise. With the University Honors Program students, please rise. University Honors. And with those who have earned some form of Latin honor, please stand at this time. Thank you. Please be seated. Also, we have degree candidates who are military veterans. They're wearing red, white, and blue cords, and we are asking them to stand at this time so we can thank you for your many sacrifices for both you and your family. So veterans, if you're a veteran, please stand. very much. You may be seated. At this time, I will now ask Dr. Susan Mcquarrie to come forward.
I am pleased to share with you just some of the accomplishments of our honorary degree recipient. Susan Mcquarrie is Professor of Music at Case Western Reserve University. She has also held professorship at the University of Minnesota, McGill University, UCLA, and the University of Oslo. Her research focuses on the cultural analysis of music, both the European canon and contemporary popular genres. In contrast with an aesthetic tradition that treats music as ineffable and transcendent, her work engages with the signifying dimensions of musical procedures and deals with this elusive medium as a set of social practices. Best known for her book, Feminine Endings, Music, Gender, and Sexuality, she is also author or editor of several other books. Her work has been translated into at least 20 languages, and she has advised more than 50 dissertations. Dr. Mcquarrie received a MacArthur Foundation Genius Fellowship in 1995. She is now completing a book titled The Passions of Peter Sellers, Staging Musical Drama. She holds a Bachelor's of Music from SIU and a PhD from Harvard University.
Congratulations, graduates. You know how even now that you've finished, you have some nagging worry that somewhere along the line you forgot to turn in that essay, and then suddenly it might all be taken back? Well, I neglected to go to commencement back in 1968. I mean, it was the 60s, and we were all a little bit distracted. But but SIU has a long memory. They hunted me down, and here I am, 50 years later, making up that incomplete. My connections to SIU go much further back. My father, Dan Mcclaren, taught in the microbiology department his whole career. My mother, Takoa Mcclaren, taught in math. I attended U School from 2nd grade through high school. I began studying piano with Robert Miller and Stephen Barwick in the music department at 8th grade, and I stayed at UCLA to continue working with them. When I entered grad school at Harvard, I quickly discovered that the training I had received here in Altgeld Hall surpassed that of my peers, who had come from schools with far fancier names. Harvard may have given me this hot pink robe, but I still owe my intellectual development and success to what I learned in Carbondale. SIU has given you an education second to none. With the skills and knowledge you've acquired here, you can do anything, be anyone you want. Consequently, I am deeply honored to return to my roots and to accept with pride the Doctor of Musical Arts, from my alma mater, Southern Illinois University. Go Salukis.
This is the official part. In accordance with the recommendation and virtue of the authority vested in me by Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree, Doctorate of Music Arts, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto, and we grant you this diploma as evidence thereof. I will now ask Ann Callahan and the entire Callahan family to come forward, as well as the interim provost Susan Ford to come to the podium for the presentation of the Posthumous Distinguished Service Award.
I am pleased to share with you some of the accomplishments of one of our Distinguished Service Award recipients. Gene Callahan worked to better the lives of the people of Illinois for more than 40 years, beginning with the decade he spent as a respected journalist with the Illinois State Register from 1957 to 1967. He then served as press secretary for Governor Sam Shapiro and Lieutenant Governor Paul Simon until 1972. In 1974, he began his long association with Alan Dixon when Dixon served as Illinois State Treasurer and later as Illinois Secretary of State. When Dixon moved to the U.S. Senate in 1981, Gene became his chief of staff and his most trusted political advisor. Gene was a dedicated public servant who played an integral role behind the scenes in countless pieces of legislation and policies at both the state and national levels. A one-time aspiring sports writer and a lifelong baseball fan, Gene became the first director of government relations for Major League Baseball. In that position, which he held from 1992 to 1997, he led the MLB's legislative and public affairs efforts with Congress. Upon retirement, Gene was appointed to the SIU Board of Trustees, serving from 2000 to 2004, and he later became a founding member of the Board of Counselors for the Paul Simon Public Policy Institute in SIU Carbondale. Gene also was known for his commitment to SIU baseball, and he helped host and organize annual fundraising events for the program in Springfield. His son Dan served as baseball coach at SIU from 1995 until his death in 2010. And Gene and his wife Ann traveled the country to watch the Salukis play. The family connection to SIU is very strong. Callahan's late son, Dan, his grandson, Brad Rupert, and granddaughter Alexa Callahan are all graduates. Granddaughter Carly Callahan is currently a student. Gene remained politically active throughout his lifetime, working behind the scenes as an advisor to many, including his daughter, U.S. Representative Sherry Bustos, who has represented the 17th Congressional District of Illinois since 2013.
Before I present this medallion, I do want to introduce here who is actually on stage with us. Ann Callahan, who's Gene's wife, and his daughters Lynn Ridley, Congresswoman Sherry Bustos, and daughter-in-law Stacy Callahan. And at this time, I would like to present the Posthumous Distinguished Service Award to you, Ann, on behalf of the family. All right. It is now my pleasure to introduce Jean Callahan's daughter and Congresswoman for the Illinois 17th Congressional District as our keynote speaker, the Honorable Sherry Bustos. She is now in her third term as a member of the House Agriculture Committee. She worked across the aisle to pass the first long-term farm bill in years. And through her service on the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, Sherry has worked to pass the first long-term highway bill in a decade so that we can get Illinoisans back to work rebuilding our roads, bridges, rail lines, airports, and waterways. After the 2016 election, Sherry was elected by her colleagues to serve in leadership as the co-chair of the Democratic Policy and Communications Committee. She is the only Midwesterner elected to the House Democratic leadership. In 2015, Sherry accepted the leadership post as a senior whip. Born in Springfield, Illinois, Sherry Bustos grew up in a family that taught her the importance of hard work, caring for others, and public service. In 2007, Sherry's commitment to public service and desire to further give back to the community led her to run for local office. Sherry was elected to serve on the City Council in East Moline for 2 terms and made her top priority economic development and building a stronger middle class. Please join me in welcoming Congresswoman Bustos.
Good morning, almost graduates. Very exciting. Chancellor Caldwell, I want to thank you, President Dunn, members of the Board of Trustees, administration and faculty, distinguished guests, friends and loving families, and most of all, the Southern Illinois class of 2017. It is really my deepest honor to be able to be here with you today. And it's a tremendous privilege to be addressing you on this very, very special day in your lives. As the daughter of downstate Illinois, I've been coming to SIU for as long as I can remember. You just heard in my bio and the bio of my father that we have a little street cred when it comes to SIU. We've got some deep and broad connections to this university, and we're very, very proud of that. And with my brother was the baseball coach for 16 years at SIU. We would spend many days on the Hill cheering on the Saluki baseball team. Anybody do that here? And then what we would do afterwards, we'd go over to Trace and have a few beers to celebrate the victories. Really, really good times and really, really good memories here in Carbondale. And I know these past 4 years for you, or maybe it's 5 or 6 for some, for the super seniors anyway, are filled with good times and good memories also. So for all the students graduating today, here's what I'd like to urge for you to do. Dream big, because you've got a great chapter ahead of you in your life. It's because of that, dreaming big for me, that I'm standing in front of you as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives, as the first woman ever to serve my congressional district in my region of the state of Illinois. So my district, just so you know, is the entire northwest part of the state of Illinois. I live in the Quad Cities, but I also represent Peoria and Rockford and all of those communities in between 7,000 square miles, 14 counties. Anybody from any of those regions? Yes! Well, hello to you. You are voters. Students, when I was your age, attending a small liberal arts college called Illinois College, which is in Jacksonville, Illinois. It's the state's oldest college. And then later I went to a big public school called University of Maryland. But I had no idea, when I was sitting in your chairs right there, that one day I'd be giving a college commencement address. Absolutely no idea. In fact, Chancellor Caldwell, cover your ears for a second, but I really don't even remember who my commencement speaker was all those 35 years ago. I have no idea. Because I was probably more interested, and see if you can relate to this, I was probably more interested in planning what my summer vacation was going to be with my friends, or the latest movie, which in 1983 was Return of the Jedi. And I bet there's probably a lot of parents and grandparents who remember that as well. Or listening to what would, at the time, don't laugh, but at the time, my favorite album from Madonna, who I suppose should be compared to Beyonce today. But what I did know is that I wanted to live a life where I could make a difference and a meaningful impact in people's lives. And like many of you are probably feeling today, or may be feeling today, I really didn't have any idea what that job would be when I left, let alone what I was going to be doing for my career the rest of my life. So in a nutshell, and very quickly, I promise I'm not going to spread this out, but this is what happened to me. After graduation, I took an internship that I thought would lead to what my career was going to be. The bad thing is, I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And that's a bad place to be when you get a degree, you think you're going to go into a certain area, you intern in that area and you don't like it. So somebody said to me, literally out of the blue, "You ask so many questions, you ought to be a reporter." And I thought, you know, sounds kind of interesting. So my dad used to do, my cousin did that. So what I did is I enrolled in a master's level program at the University of Illinois at Springfield and really took in a first-hand look up close at our state government. So what happened from there, I graduated, I got my first job at a small mid-sized newspaper called the Quad City Times, and that's what took me to the Quad Cities, where I've lived ever since then. My first beat on the job was to cover the police beat. And listen to how glamorous this was. I worked the overnight desk. My hours were 5 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. The days I worked were Friday through Tuesday. So think about that. I never had a weekend off. My days off were Wednesdays and Thursdays. So you can imagine how great my social life was in this town where I knew nobody. But I absolutely loved that job. I knew that that was my fit. And so think about what's going to feed your soul and feed your heart, because that did it for me. And I learned so much. And then one day, after I got off work, there was something called a third shift party. If you haven't ever heard of those, they start at 8 a.m. And it's when the cops get off at 8 in the morning, so they work the midnight to 8 shift, and sometimes they would have a party. And this party happened to be at a place called the Lil Cowbell. Not little, but Lil. The Lil Cowbell, downtown East Moline, where they, believe it or not, have seat belts on the bar stools. So picture that. Picture that. Well, at that party, I met this really good-looking rookie cop named Jerry Bustos. He's over there. I still think he's good-looking. So, you know, really romantic setting, but it worked for us. We ended up hitting it off, and the rest is history. At least it is our history. So Jerry and I got married. We started a family. I continued in my newspaper career, and he continued in his law enforcement career. We ended up having 3 boys and raising all of them together. And eventually, after almost 2 decades, I left that job for really my desire to make an even bigger difference in people's lives. So again, think about what motivates you. I left the job that I love, but I knew I could do something more. And I left that job to make an even bigger difference in people's lives. And I tell you that because with your backgrounds, you just don't know where life is going to go, because it is full of surprises, it's full of twists, it's full of turns, it's full of challenges, and at best, it is unpredictable. So if you feel uneasy as you're sitting there because you're about ready to close this very, very important chapter in your life and start another one that has not yet been written, you certainly are not the only one. Trust me on this. I was there. So when I was in your age, all I knew is that I had an ambition to make a difference. I was an average student, you know, okay. I certainly would not have stood when those 4.0 students stood up, I can tell you that. Nor would I have stood up probably for the 3.5 GPAs. So that wasn't, you know, my overall strength. You know, I really couldn't sing. I'm not really a very good singer. I think I'm a really good dancer. But my kids and my husband certainly tells me otherwise. For any Seinfeld fans, my husband says I dance like Elaine, which is, again, I think I'm good. But however, despite all that, one piece of advice that had been offered to me, advice that really in my personal life, my professional life, that has been absolutely invaluable and has helped me succeed is this, and I offer it to you. Challenge yourself to get outside your comfort zone. And so you SIU graduates to be, in just a few minutes, you've already achieved world-class excellence. You're at a world-class institution. And if you look at some of the graduates, I'm just going to mention two real quickly. Joan Higginbotham, class of 1987. You know what she did? She became the first African-American woman in space. She's a graduate of this institution. Awesome. Awesome. Jackie Spinner, she's the class of 1992. She's a reporter at the Washington Post in Iraq. She has braved mortar attacks, car bombs, and ultimately became the Baghdad bureau chief for that institution. Again, she's a graduate of this institution. Now, I'm not saying you've got to launch yourself into space, or you need to go to a war zone by any means. But what I do want to urge you is to dream big and to be fearless. Getting outside of my comfort zone allowed me to pack up my life where it was and move to a town that I had no roots in whatsoever to start my journalism career. It also led for me to leave that highly satisfying journalism career where I uncovered stories of corruption and greed and wrote stories about great people, to leave that and go into my next career. So I ventured outside of that comfort zone to eventually become a vice president of a multi-billion-dollar nonprofit health system. And if I hadn't been willing to leave my comfort zone, there is absolutely, and I can tell you this, no way I ever would have run for Congress. You talk about living under a microscope. Being elected to office, especially in Congress, that means that people are sitting out there and about half really don't think you're that great. They may not even like you. And I had never experienced this kind of polarization before. And while, I getting used to it, it's not exactly always a comfortable feeling. But I do find tremendous satisfaction in knowing that my work can make a tremendous difference in people's lives. I know that every day of my career in Congress, I can make a difference for people. Every single day. So unless you are willing to live outside your comfort zone from time to time, you may just be running in place. So think about that. And unless you're willing to take calculated risks, you may not achieve the level of success that I know, because you will be graduates of SIU, that I know that you are capable of. And while you walk out of here with a diploma in hand today, you will really be walking into a world equipped with so much more. You'll have access to SIU alumni all over the world, a well-rounded education that taught you to think critically and for yourself, and friends, and I can tell you this from firsthand experience, friends that will last a lifetime. They will be in your life. And you may not realize it now, but the life lessons that you acquire during your years at SIU will show up in ways large and small, in ways that go noticed and unnoticed. So before I close, let me also recognize the parents, the family members who are all here to support you. This is 9,000 strong sitting around, here to support you. And as the mother of 3 sons myself, so many of my proudest moments have been those involving my sons who are here with me today. The hockey games, the high school proms, learning to drive, some scary moments there. And of course, graduations just like this. Without the support of my parents and family, I know I wouldn't be here today. They provided me both with the guidance and support along the way that I needed, in addition to that tough love, almost always delivered by my dad, not my mom. But when I needed that, that was delivered as well. So please, look around here. Just take a minute, blow a kiss to your moms or dads or grandmas or grandpas, and thank them, the 9,000 strong. Y'all know where they're sitting? Hi, Mom. Sister, husband. You know what? They deserve that. I love the little dance in the back there. Awesome. And not only your family, but also think about all those people that supported you along the way, the administration sitting up here, your professors, your friends, your colleagues. The list could and should be a long one. Don't forget gratitude. It's underrated. So congratulations, graduates. I really look forward to hearing the great news about you in the years to come. And I would wish you good luck. I would wish you good luck. But as you venture outside your comfort zone, I really doubt that you're going to need it. Thank you very much.
Southern Illinois University, I present to you this Keynote medallion. Thank you for your inspirational message. All right, it is now time. The next part of our ceremony is the conferring of degrees. First, we will confer the doctoral degree. I will now ask Interim Provost Ford to come to the podium.
Thank you, Chancellor. I will now ask the Graduate School Dean, Eugene Lee, to present the candidates for the doctoral degree.
Candidates of the graduate school for the degree Doctor of Philosophy, please rise. The Doctor of Philosophy degree is the highest academic degree. It is awarded only to those who have demonstrated breadth of advanced knowledge and who have made an original research contribution to their discipline. Interim Chancellor Cole, these candidates who have completed all requirements established by the university and the graduate school for the degree Doctor of Philosophy are recommended to you for that degree.
Thank you. In accordance with this recommendation and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Will the candidates for the doctoral degrees please proceed to the platform?
Agricultural Sciences, Darcy Hastings, hooded by Dr. Gary Epgar.
Christina Ellen Sandon. Communication Study, hooded by Dr. Sandra L. Pensona Conway.
Agricultural Sciences, Amanda Jo Warner, hooded by Dr. Ahmad M. Fakouri.
Shu Yu Cheng. Communication Studies, hooded by Dr. Satoshi Toyosaka.
Agricultural Sciences, Matthew Thomas Springer, hooded by Dr. Eric Schauber.
Shari Lee, Criminal and Criminal Justice, hooded by Dr. Christopher Mullins.
Chemistry, Sabasiba Reddy, Be Me Ready, hooded by Dr. Kyle N. Plunkett.
Genevieve Aku Alorbi, Economics, hooded by Dr. Chaifeng Dai and Dr. Kevin Sylvester.
Molecular Biology, Microbiology, and Biochemistry, Trefa Salih Mohammed, hooded by Dr. Judith Davey.
Ishraq Ahmed, Economics, hooded by Dr. Sujal Lahari.
Molecular Biology, Microbiology, and Biochemistry, Sujata Jana, hooded by Dr. Ravish Gupta.
Jerica Jordan, English, hooded by Dr. Elizabeth Claver.
Applied Physics, Abdil Ketz, hooded by Dr. Nashad Ali.
Tiffany Aaron Griffith, English, hooded by Dr. Lisa J. McClure.
Applied Physics, Naranja Warankula Surya, hooded by Dr. Leonardo E. Silver.
Bailey Justin Shaw, English, hooded by Dr. Scott McCaffrey.
Plant Biology, Mohammed Ibrahim Khalil, hooded by Dr. David J. Gibson.
Deidre Denise Davis, Environmental Resources and Policy, headed by Dr. Leslie A. Doran.
Zoology, Esmarie Boyles, hooded by Dr. Matt Wiles.
Amanda Christine Marshall, Environmental Resources and Policy, hooded by Dr. Leslie A. Durham.
Zoology, Anthony Paul Pareca, hooded by Dr. James Garvey.
Santosh Rijal, Environmental Resources and Policy, hooded by Dr. Justin Schoaf. Benjamin Taylor Craig, hooded by Dr. Kenneth Stickers. Stephen Stegman, Philosophy, hooded by Dr. Kenneth Stickers. Nupur Sahai, Psychology, hooded by Dr. Reza Habib.
The next part of our ceremony is the conferring of the Masters of Fine Arts and the Master's Degrees.
Graduate Dean Yuting Lee, please present the candidates for the Master's Degrees.
Master of Fine Arts, will you please rise? A Master of Fine Arts is seen as a terminal degree meaning that it is considered to be the highest degree in its field. Candidates for the degrees Master of Arts, Master of Music, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science, please rise. The master degree is the first graduate degree. Attainment of the master's degree means that the student has acquired advanced knowledge in the field beyond that required for the bachelor's degree and has demonstrated superior achievement in creative or research activity in the Chancellor Corps. These candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the graduate school, are recommended to you for their respective degrees.
Thank you. In accordance with this recommendation, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Will the candidates please be seated? Marshals will direct you to the platform.
College of Liberal Arts. Chelsea J. Harris, hooded by Lisa McQueen. For Allison Joseph. Jessica Lynn Sushon, hooded by Lisa McClure. Presenting for Judy Jordan. Jeremy Thurber, hooded by Professor Marie Bukowski. Rebecca Zink, hooded by Professor Sun Kim. Rebecca Spargowski, hooded by Professor Jung Lee. James Webb, hooded by Professor Patty Chalmers. Ezra O'Day, hooded by Professor Aaron Palmer. Andrea Fleming Nix, hooded by Professor Wendy C. The School of Liberal Arts. Robert Alfred Cooley's.
The College of Agricultural Sciences, Lindsay J. Francis.
Richard Francis Lundquist.
Kayla Ann Weedall.
Jasmine G. Cade.
Brent C. Sunderledge.
Michael Thomas Baca.
Amir Ali Ahmadi.
Jacob Leskele.
Jesse M. Francis.
Kadaro Thomas.
Florentina Gladi.
Dana Kirabalaki.
Bradley D. Miller.
Isaac Mendoza.
Amanda M. Huber.
Dana Stoger.
Aaron Nelson Smith.
Kania L. Lee.
Melissa Talbert.
Gregory Matthew Carter.
Valerie Espinoza.
Rana Al-Saban.
Prabisha Shreska.
Erica Lynn Gunnell.
Caitlin N. Glassford.
Colleen May Bader.
Abby M. Kern.
Caleb McKinley Portee.
Alexis Nicole Rothrock.
Scott Reagan Shackman.
Ryan A. Bailey.
Valeria Palencia.
Jack L. Steichen.
Marquis Lynn Rose.
Samuel J. Hardwick.
Edward Lee Smith.
Jacob Williams.
Marion K. Meadows.
The College of Science, Laura Joy Stephen.
Leanne Elizabeth Jones.
Elnaz Gerardi Fati.
Maria Valentina Machado Duane.
Adam Kittler.
Yuju Jin.
Majid Hizm M. Alazarani.
Nurjan Gumis.
Craig J. Bartlesmeyer.
Alessandria Gonzalez.
Rebecca L. Durig.
Julia Lynn Sanabria.
Erin Marie Medvitz.
Julia K. Ryherd.
Shruti Rachamala.
Patricia Gay Burns.
Sai Sharat Japa.
Kristen Marie Stauber.
Kevin Camus.
Michael James Kennedy.
Ashley B. Canyon.
Byron Rutledge Farrar.
Nicole Marie Walls.
Valeria E. Kanayama.
Taylor N. Hutt.
Harrison Anthony Perez.
Marcus Chase Abston.
Yuki Hosoda.
Andrea Lynn Nito.
Ryan John Martini.
Nicholas Labke.
Alessandra Ali Rodriguez.
Joseph Michael Kreiner.
Maximilian U. Martini.
Kosman Rajapashka.
Brandon E. Polk.
Evan R. Galagos.
Mahamadou Bashir Kane.
Travis Jordan Neal.
Isa Alazri.
Vincent N. Colantonio.
Weston Taylor Sharp.
Sarah Ahmed Al-Swidani.
Katrina Eleanor Walsick.
Venkat Denise Reddy Kapapali.
James William Vilsack.
Mahesh Chandra Reba.
Jeffrey Chow.
Murdad Hojasta. Nikal Vara Vana. Shnena Priya Nala. Shriyakshmi Prabha Vadali. Lakshmi Sarah Purapapadi. Alvin Raper Gonzalez. Chijoke Ito Ko. Manuj Karati Pichara. Anil Kumar Reddy. Suraji Ak Ankaraji. Bhuya Razai. Maji Mumare.
We will now confer the undergraduate degrees. I will now ask Interim Provost Ford to introduce the deans.
Today, Dean Mickey Latour, College of Agricultural Sciences. Dean Latour, please present the candidates for Bachelor of Science degree.
Will the candidates for the College of Agricultural Sciences please rise? The candidates for the College of Agricultural Sciences are presented for the degree Bachelor of Science. The degree is awarded to those who successfully completed the requirements established by the university and the faculty of the college and its representative departments. Interim Chancellor Colwell, these candidates are recommended to you for the Bachelor of Science degree. Please be seated.
Dean Mira Komaraju, College of Liberal Arts. Dean Komaraju, please present the candidates for Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science degrees.
Will the candidates from the College of Liberal Arts please rise? The candidates of the College of Liberal Arts are presented for the degrees Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science. The degrees are awarded to those who have successfully completed the requirements established by the university and the faculty of the college and its respective departments. Interim Chancellor Colwell, these candidates are recommended to you for the respective degrees. Please be seated.
Scott Ishman, Associate Dean, College of Science. Associate Dean Ishman, please present the candidates for Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degree.
Will the candidates from the College of Science please rise? The candidates of the College of Science are presented for the degrees Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. The degrees are awarded to those who have successfully completed all requirements established by the university and the faculty of the college and its respective departments. Interim Chancellor Caldwell, these candidates are recommended to you for the respective degrees. Please be seated.
Will all the candidates for the bachelor degrees please rise? Interim Chancellor Caldwell, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university, are recommended to you for their respective degrees.
Thank you. In accordance with the recommendation of the deans and faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, subject to the completion of all requirements, I confer upon you the degrees earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Candidates for the bachelor's degrees, please be seated. Candidates for the bachelor will now proceed to the platform as directed by the marshal for receipt of the degree. After receiving the degree, all degree candidates should return to their seats until the recessional begins.
The College of Liberal Arts. Ryan M. Smith.
The College of Science, Kara J. Freeman.
Bryce N. Mathis.
Lucas W. Lower.
Caleb A. Martineau.
Kia S. Kirkwood.
James Patrick Van Alstyne.
Erica R. Walzer.
Ruben Oliveris Jr.
Brianne Lindsay Harrell.
Olivia Marie Durham.
Corey R. Davis.
Brittany LaShawna Turner.
Kristen Rochelle.
Evelyn Bravo.
Rachel Aaron Town.
Michael A. Gossett.
Liana Bales.
Dantrell Devon Thomas.
Runming Tao.
Burial Span.
Dylan Renee McGill.
Jasmine Marie Owsley.
Luke Alexander Henley.
Jocelyn Lockett.
John T. Barron.
Alexandra Marie Whitley.
Andrew P. Wickman.
Christopher Jamal Dixon.
Jeffrey Paul Young.
Kaylee B. Johnson.
Lauren K. Phillips.
Stephanie E. Dew.
Madeline L. Gagish.
Nicholas Adam Sherrills.
Madeline A. Kramer.
Dominic Hampton.
Miller T. Eaton.
Mark Mercado.
Samuel P. Berger.
Kat M. Spear.
Trevor A. Keene.
Holly Antoinette Johnson.
Christopher Todd Mandrill.
Aaron L. Anderson.
Philip M. Kane.
Brooke Elizabeth Bullock.
Rachel M. Malachek.
Nicholas B. Taylor.
Sarah Ashley Kovac.
Andrew R. Hacker.
Aaron C. Wahlberg.
Hannah Josephine Marks.
Samuel J. Schultz.
Nicholas L. Brasita.
Kevin M. Moody.
Martin Flores.
Tyler G. Barlow.
Dakota Lynn Street.
Blake Aaron Schenk.
Jacob A. Wood.
Caitlin E. Huggin.
Rebecca R. Journey.
Alicia Ann Crowley.
Rachel H. Ippolito.
Sky Virginia Steiner.
Andrew S. Van Cleve.
Katie L. Banning.
Aaron R. Ryan.
Gabrielle C. Wetzler.
Zane M. Wallace.
Bradley A. Dragon.
David Osman.
Annie Tate Parkinson.
Macy E. Pasavento.
Julia A. Olson.
Nina April Skinner.
Jason L. Tolliver.
Michaela S. Reel.
Tyler R. Nethery.
Emma E. O'Halloran.
Alec R. Whitler.
Dominic Citadino Jr.
Jackson T. Jones.
Angela M. Erickson.
Jordan T. Maynard.
Juliana R. Allen.
DeMarco J. Ewing.
Amanda Nicole Jordan.
Brooke L. Holman.
Luciani Tani Melendez Gomez.
Cameron P. Bowman.
Liam F. Gascoigne.
Marissa S. Gakowski.
Jacob E. Greer.
Clarissa Michelle Meinzer.
Sarah R. Sanders.
Megan Elizabeth Bellinger.
Dylan J. Ballou.
Alexis N. Gonzalez.
Aiden E. Dolick.
Rebecca Sue Key.
Fedi Youssef.
Santash Upadhyaya.
Jonah L. Laws.
Kamal K. Najee.
Drew D. Dossett.
Gavin C. Stonehouse.
Marissa Patrice Murphy.
William Vignovich.
Catherine H. Decker.
Christina Leslie Jordan.
Chantrice L. Burnett.
Mark A. Sandwick.
Sharon C. Finella.
Eric W. Humer.
Samantha Lynn Vogt.
Corey Joe Kirkpatrick.
Jennifer Cowell.
Haley E. Berger.
Drew E. Middleton.
Catherine Elizabeth Young.
Gage E. Valentino.
Kara C. Largent.
Andrew Michael Messino.
Christian J. Taylor.
Catherine Alexis Jane McIntyre.
Taylor A. Grafton.
Mallory N. Elam.
Shawnika A. Strong.
Catherine I. Hepburn.
Nicholas P. Knighted.
Sarah R. Hollis.
Kylie Marie Gorski.
Miguel Anthony Womack.
Amy K. Krecker.
Wesley F. Song.
Alexandra N. McVicker.
James Klingerman.
Kimberly N. Nebo.
Ethan H. Riker.
Yael Benjamin.
Oscar Orlando Valencia Jr.
Madison J. Craig.
Kayla Lashley.
Elena Horsey.
Nicholas Clay Eric.
Mohini R. Patel.
Jacob Temple.
Lauren N. Hoyt.
Dakota Warren Upchurch.
Rebecca Ruth Barando.
Devontae Lee.
Anna Marie L. Beckmeyer.
Kenneth L. Turnbow.
William J. Craig.
Luke A. Baumgartner.
Christopher J. Aceron.
Matthew J. Sauter.
Jonathan W. Hansen.
Ryan A. Mayhouse.
Kyle James Whittington.
Bryce Thomas Copeland.
Harsh S. Ilakapa Kurthi.
Chad Allen Monken.
Connor Boyer.
Avery Lauren Effner.
Molly M. Clark.
Kelly R. Harris.
Trini Pham Yen.
Samantha J. Woodall.
Nolan M. Frisch.
Stephanie A. Mueller.
Nathaniel T. Grodzinski.
Sierra Callens.
Mitchell I. Peel.
Michael A. Cerna.
James R. Donahue.
Zachary A. Hiller.
Megan V. Berbera.
Clayton J. Killian.
Caitlin J. Kindred.
Madeline A. Hobson.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud and honored to introduce to you my daughter, my third daughter, the youngest of three that have graduated from SIU, Haley Marie Fallon.
Kevin Goki.
William Cody Barnett.
Student trustee Naomi D. Tolbert.
Justin Lynn Northcutt.
Dorothy Carcine Debbie.
Daniel A. Hagerman.
Jason Stewart Talbert.
Kadisha C. Morgan.
Shanae Eugenia Henry.
Tanya Rajamathani.
Miana Carter.
Kaylin K. Bowman.
Andrew J. Cirillo.
Nona Sharif.
Matthew R. Dorsey.
Nima Shanti.
Jacob Randall Scoggin.
Musa Cameron.
Cody N. Keevan.
Samantha N. Hendricks.
Michael Robert Kianichka.
Lisa C. Lear.
Zachary Douglas Connor.
Rachel Taylor Fishel.
Joseph M. O'Day.
Alyssa Christine Hendricks.
Tyler Boland.
Anna Kathleen Hendricks.
Sydney Marie Sakaria.
Jared Jones.
Jesse Santian.
Alexander J. Hoare.
Alyssa Gaddis.
Anthony L. Castelvecchi.
Ashley Malik.
Caleb M. Harm.
Tiffany May Witkowski.
Benjamin Bradley Wakefer.
Juan Andres Corral.
Kelsey N. Sarton.
Tabitha Marie Judo.
Megan E. Bankston.
Zachariah D. Tamasalenqui.
Shireen N. Hall.
Kaylin Elabanes.
Jacob W. Ebersol.
Christopher A. Gonzalez.
Daniel T. Sear.
Krissa Faith Harris.
Jacob A. Marler.
Darius C. Bridges.
Wanjun Choi.
Kevin Carlisle Lindsay Jr.
Michaela J. Cantrell.
Kyra Marie Lee.
Milana Andrea Guadagno.
Pamela Ferrero.
Hasirini Muhandan.
Brianna N. West.
Amira Jahangir.
Jasmine Easter.
Haruna Miyanta.
Sergio Frasco Jr.
Oluwantabi Shantiesi.
Brittany Quintanar.
Ivy Saku.
Jocelyn Sadiba.
Tyler K. Adams.
Cassandra Carabello.
Melissa R. Hull.
Lakshila Wanagasinga.
Kagan L. Mestil.
John Marie.
Norris I. Ekpin.
Kiwan Clark.
Bryce C. Corbett.
Zenia Rivera.
Brendan M. Baker.
Colin W. Miner.
Nicholas Paul Economos.
Nathan Garvin Howenstein.
Brian Olson.
Eric C. Saber.
Aaron Christopher Umbarger.
Bryce A. Bashoner.
Jasmine E. Knott.
Lauren R. Patterson.
Megan N. Cozio.
Kendra Michelle Klein.
Deharna M. Smith.
Franny X. Sloss.
Stephanie M. Leone.
Ashana Hodge.
Mary Claire Moxley.
Tarek Lamar Collins.
Bianca L. Hawkins.
Jessica Gardner.
Brandy T. Malat.
Gracia Perez.
Tariq Abulabe.
Crystal Garcia.
Jared B. Fisk.
Brittany Stevenson.
Ryan R. Miller.
Sweet.
Angela C. Isley.
Rudy Bassett.
Zachariah Seaman.
Tomas Tishur.
Joseph Randolph. Macmillan.
Larissa Gorin.
Alicia Legowski.
Letitia C. Evans.
Carly J. Haywood.
Mariana Moreno.
Elizabeth Ray Yo.
Eric Eugene Bruce.
Daniel Earl Olin.
Philip N. Boss II.
Europe Doan.
Aaron Christopher Stanton.
Blake M. Benoff. Jay Shiu.
Bartosz Arthur Janilewski.
Hanchin John.
Dean L. Merritt.
Heather G. Huffman.
Brianna D. Mason.
Dalton A. Schultz.
Hayden Rook.
Michael Holm.
Kevin Z. Wang.
Alexandra Akaka.
Amber Catherine Grubbs.
Emily K. McCullough.
Aaliyah M. Binky.
Ashley Leanne Cook.
Taryn T. Reed.
Lois Marie Paul.
Bronte Juliet Handon.
The College of Agricultural Sciences, Jenna Marie Dalzot.
Rachel B. Woodcock.
Blake A. Uhitchell.
Brittany E. Gray.
Michael J. Soltis.
Katie Bunyan.
Nicole M. Woodruff.
Darion Travell Tate.
Caleb N. Higginbotham.
Taylor Walker.
Elizabeth Renee Elmendorf.
Jasmine Lee Royal.
Megan Marie Zenkunis.
Patrice LaFay Phillip.
Rose Weisenstein.
Juwan L. Monroe.
Zainab Ahmad Abbas.
Dequana Deshay Jones.
Courtney Paige Johnson.
Kendall J. Gross.
Obsitu Keno.
Bruce Edward Jackson II.
Karimat Abidola Taniubu.
Gage D. Barrows.
Kim Ann Wong.
Austin A. Markham.
Pam Suthi Garcia.
John B. Cannon.
David N. Partridge.
Jatoya Lene Hale.
Elizabeth Marie Hamilton.
Sherman Tyler Logan.
Nicholas M. Petz.
Brandon M. Slagle.
Michael Novak.
Tajane Pittman.
Matthew R. Peterberg.
Giovanna Jolly Knight.
Regina C. Goldcool.
Aaron Christopher Debates.
Sarah Mary Rose Cox.
Caitlin Gregorowitz.
Robert M. Albert.
Amber L. Ransom.
Brooks A. Seal.
John Tyler Booker.
Andrew D. Lakamp.
Molly Jean Eastling.
Jack R. Gray.
Reagan T. Goins.
Marissa Renee Wanless.
Daniel Reed Beal.
Matt Hahn.
Delia M. Amos.
Amy Lee Masick.
Devin E. Inman.
Michaela Ruth Smith.
Victoria K. Smith.
Casey A. Teen.
Carson L. Siebert.
Kimberly Ann Perkins.
Justin Andrew Reynolds.
Lorraine E. Albert.
Abigail Gleason.
Charles E. Lonergan.
Sherry Ann Leandra Dose.
Chelsea A. Robinson.
Brittany L. Burnett.
Taylor Joseph William Miller.
Angelica O. Zuniga.
Ida N. Hand.
Lydia Smoot.
Evan E. Huber.
Adam Matthew Lundquist.
Clayton P. DeYoung.
Patricia C. Nixon.
Emily C. Vanderwalker.
Kiana L. Hurd.
Benjamin J. Alexander.
Shannon Denman.
Meredith A. Stamberger.
Kendall J. Beard.
Lucas D. Wutrich.
Jonah P. Tenyon.
Corinne A. Botter.
Tali Gleiser.
Chelsea Lee Hicks.
Kylie J. West.
Amelia Rose Raymond.
Derek A. Hanners.
Dale T. Valentine.
Kalina Presley Gordley.
Brian A. Scott.
Solomon Abufa.
Desiree Celise Gonzalez.
Lainey A. Moore.
Sean M. Crouch.
Shantasia K. Jordan.
Elise M. Sawa.
Garnett.
Matthew P. Angus.
Quentin K. Jones.
Shane Fessenden.
Erin Kathleen Martin.
Curtis A. Ramsey.
Madeline M. Ryga.
Alexander M. Snyder.
Caitlin R. Corsi.
Lane A. Dirks.
Adrian Alexander Rochelle.
Brian L. Brummer.
Chloe R. Ward.
Brockton T. Lecter.
Jordan Nicole Ray.
Brandon Slater.
Clayton J. Babiani.
Kyle A. Kreider.
Nathaniel James Washington.
Stephen J. Frederick.
Lana Z. Jensen.
Adam R. Aller.
Elijah R. Broom.
Derek C. Reiking.
Robert James LeGuy.
Quinton S. Risley.
Thomas James Zaborowski.
Shelby S. Tripp.
Stephanie G. LaFiandra.
Augusta K. Sandoval.
Brandon D. Kellum.
Elizabeth Michelle Harbin.
Douglas J. Zerbergen.
Haley Kess Payton.
Alexa Ray Green.
Emma Willis.
Kevin Floyd, the Notorious Ace Cole.
Michael Halpin.
Vincent O. Walker.
Kristen E. Kramer.
Gabriel Thomas Ray Wohol.
Dolores J. Barfield.
Trevor Jones.
Natalie Ann Golson.
Wayne Anthony Crump III.
Ryan Michael Sanchez.
Rachel Ann Calloway.
Christopher L. Solomon.
Rebecca Park.
Jordan L. Thompson.
Julie M. Zimmerman.
Charles Wendell Gordon.
Valerie J. Brandenburg.
Adam P. Church.
Megan C. Glynn.
Caden Edward Allen Hanskell.
Tara Olson.
Keegan Cannon Toth.
Lydia Louise Morris.
Clay H. Lyric.
Lucas P. Morton.
Karina M. Sorensen.
Justin James Schubach.
Garrett Lee Webb.
Alex E. Ham.
Zachary Lawrence Munson.
Christina E. Kasarjian.
Kevin John Earl Lavin.
Stephanie Renee Ritter.
Michaela R. Adrian.
Maria Asina Pilos.
Rudy A. Hobowitz.
Andrea Estrada Jaramillo.
Cody Michael Gibson.
Deborius M. Jeffrey.
Mitchell Branson Hirsch.
Caitlin A. Tobin.
Paige M. Coddington.
Desiree Smith.
Gabrielle M. Fry.
Grace E. Paris.
Danielle E. Freelove.
Courtney C. Cabot.
Gabriella Kawisa Pickney.
Jenny Lynn Dexter.
Haley A. Duvall.
Trevor James Thompson.
Raven C. Denbo.
Abigail Louise Beckerman.
Haley N. Merrill.
Sofia Dominguez.
Allison N. Weatherford.
Megan Anne-Marie Schuler.
Hallie Johnson.
Christian Alexander Gallagher.
Patrick R. Pekarzik.
Kyle Stocks.
Rebecca J. Brooks.
Kenton Brandon Nathaniel Albin.
Altyra Gill.
Shin O Young.
Julia H. Molino.
Katrina Yulingan.
Kirsten Blog.
Yokio Soejima.
Marissa M. Fleming.
Skylar J. Fitzgerald.
Riley Elise Sullivan.
Helen N. East.
Aubrey Voice.
Natalie J. Height.
Mackenzie L. Davis.
Kararana Hamid.
Brittany V. Griffin.
Jordan Noel Thomas.
Haley N. Doan.
Samantha K. Supan.
Master Sergeant Retired David P. Dunlap.
Caitlin A. Workman.
Lillian Hayhurst.
Hannah J. Doyle.
Jonathan H. Kuhn.
Patricia Y. Webb.
Colby C. Callan.
Mako Kusugi.
Hannah Keeson Moore.
Alexis M. Pickles.
Kylie Rose Teagarden.
Joel Shaneborn.
Emily C. Bishop.
Ashley Louise Hughes.
April Nicole Wilkerson.
Hannah K. Schweitzer.
Anna J. Reed.
Matthew R. J. Bearden.
Wayhan Lester Owie.
Jeffrey Shannon Barr.
Kevin DeJessis Solis.
Melissa Ann Heatherly.
Erin Nicole Padera.
Patrick Joseph Heatherly. That's his daughter ahead of him.
Amber F. Davis.
Emily C. Stanek.
Paige C. Owsley.
Kayla B. Newsom.
Caitlin Marie Paddock.
Catherine S. O'Keefe.
Alexandra Engel.
Beverly L. Dyer.
Amanda J. McKellar.
And Tavia Danielle Clemens.
Giselle K. Martinez.
Brittany L. Rhodes.
Alexandra I. Hayes.
Justin S. Loescher.
Annika L. Holland.
Megan D. Funk.
Paige M. Bogdan.
Joe A. Harron.
Sky Delphina Darnell.
Justin Matthew Locks.
Margaret Erin Fitzgerald.
Wendy Westcott.
Kayla Dawn Moore.
Cody Saleh Heath.
Michaela May Marie Miller.
Charcy McKell Kane.
Olivia M. Jones.
Hayden Carl Beatty.
Noah Eric Johnson.
Travis P. Washington.
Matthew Wayne Rogers.
Devin A. Hunter.
Clint Albert.
Stanley K. Sullivan.
Aaron J. Aitchen.
Robert M. Lockett.
Mark Joseph Sobol.
Drew B. Emerson.
Heather Marie Getton.
Nicholas Esteban Vasquez.
Ashley Rayanne Hill.
Grant N. Pollock.
Benjamin August McCaskey Fiesel.
Jabria S. Harris.
Whitney Joe Murphy.
Kira H. Jones.
Edwin J. Jansen.
Kyla Camille Connor.
Jared Scott Storman.
Shondia Sierra Jones. Kelsey L. Christensen.
Colin Wayne Wallen.
Melanie S. Stoner.
Zachary Howard.
Rachel Catherine Hutchins.
Cassidy M. Probst.
Zachary A. Meyer.
Neil Eugene Fletcher.
Adele Erxleben.
Kelsey Joanne Klutz.
Chase A. Rich. Kinsey Lynn Fear.
Kato S. Sentamu.
Abby J. Ryan.
Jenna R. Ward.
Nicole S. Cowder.
Byron J. Hayes.
Zenia Torres.
Eric A. Ross.
Hannah Elizabeth Tidwell.
Drake Brendan Sweeney.
Michael James Malley.
James R. Moore.
Danette Abernathy.
Baron K. Ryan.
Madison A. Harmon.
Chandler A. Bouye.
Brittany Nicole Hutterly.
Matthew W. Paddock.
Sierra D. Richardson.
Orville D. Utzler.
Scout Mitchell.
Dustin Michael Stuckelmeyer.
Tiffany N. Buckner.
Jonathan H. Haberkamp.
Brittany Victoria Jackson.
Austin Anthony Simmons.
Dimitri M. Williams.
Stephanie M. Zimmer.
Robert Henry Dandino II.
Peyton M. Gears.
Sarah Ann Signorelli.
Joseph T. Heedner.
Quentin Edward Lewis Schatz.
Austin Lee McAllister.
Kelsey M. Ward. Mackenzie A. Doris. Savannah C. Myers.
Latisa Johnson.
Daniel Gertis. Michaela Murphy. Ashley Nicole O'Brien. Julia Renee Mosbach. Jasmine Nicole Katz. Paige M. Henry. Sarah Elise Elliott. Cheyenne Angela Mitchell. Hannah Alexandria Neely. Taikia Dominique Neal. Jovi Shelton. Maria Love. Kimyata Bland. Luis Trevino Peña. Samantha Eubanks. Adeline Tucker. Brittany Wagner. Chanel Tania Phipps. Shania Sheila Wright. Tanya L. Hamilton. Jartice Booker. Joseph Hine.
recipients, please rise. All degree recipients, please rise. Vice President of Undergrad Student Government, and Naomi Colbert, our student trustee, to join me at the podium.
Tradition has it that until a bachelor's degree is conferred, the tassel must fall to the right of the cap. When we turn our tassel, we will reflect on our accomplishments and challenges as students. We remember and are thankful for our families, faculty, staff, and friends who have supported us through this achievement.
Symbolic of the new chapter we are about to begin, we prepare to turn our tassels to mark our accomplishments and the new road which lies ahead of us in life. While we forge this new path, we know that the friends we made while at SIU will follow us through life, and our Saluki family will be here to support us.
So now, with the vocal support of everyone gathered here, I call on our graduates to transfer the tassel from the right to the left. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce SIU Alumni Association Speaker and President of the Association, Mr. Larry Maldacious. Larry.
Thank you, Chancellor. Greetings and welcome, graduates. I want to officially welcome all of you to the SIU alumni family. As a graduate of SIU, I can tell you that you'll look back with pride at the time you spent here and realize the endless opportunities enabled by your SIU education. More than 250,000 alumni have come before you, and some of them are here today. If you are a graduate of SIU, would you please stand and be recognized? Isn't that a great family? As we say, once a Saluki, always a Saluki. We have a connection to one another. As Salukis, we are a collective spirit, a way of thinking, and we're extremely proud. As you walk through life, challenge yourself to find and connect with fellow Salukis. You will find Salukis working in all professions, living in more than 120 different countries around the world. And in every state of this nation, these connections can help to launch careers, inspire causes, and change our lives. As you saw earlier, your alumni family is here to support you as you make that transition out into the world. Call on us and we'll respond. And remember, your SIU Alumni Association will be there when you need help and assistance. If you check your SIU emails or look inside today's graduation program, you may learn how you can redeem your complimentary one-year membership in the association. The membership will help you to connect with fellow alumni via online communities, class notes, and help maintain that connection with SIU. Today, it's you who find yourself searching for that next step in life, wondering what the future will bring, and if someone will give you the opportunity that you need. One day you will be the one searching for someone to hire, someone to give that chance. So above all, take this membership and use it to stay engaged with your department and the university and countless generations of students who will someday walk the halls of SIU just like you. We hope you'll make plans to return to campus and share your experiences with future students. Once again, congratulations, everybody. You are a student for just a few years, but you're a Saluki for life. Congratulations and thank you.
In a moment, we're going to be celebrating this event by everyone singing the Southern alma mater. After singing of the alma mater, we ask that guests please remain in your seats until our processional is complete. You'll find the words of music for our alma mater that's printed on page number 12 of your program book. Zoe Jensen, who's at the microphone to my right. Zoe, will you now lead us in the singing of our alma mater? And at this time, would you everyone please rise and join Zoe. Seated at this time. And once again, I do ask and remind you, please remain in your seats until our recessional is complete this morning. Your graduate will meet you on the south side of the arena, that's straight in front of me, where they'll return their regalias in the lobby or outside by the Circle Drive just south of the arena. And at this time, if you would allow President Dunn and Chancellor Colwell, there's just one final question I would ask of our 2017 graduates. 2017 graduates, are you ready?